Samantha Kristoferson with KW Professional Organizers is here to show us how to pack a carry-on so that you can potentially avoid checking in a bag at the airport and paying that now higher fee. And you have a lot of experience with this because you travel a lot.
It's true. About 3 to 4 times a year, I see myself going onto a plane and I am faced with the question of what am I going to bring, what kind of trip am I going on, and how am I going to pack it into the bags that I have. But the number one place for people to start is always identifying where are you going and then what's your list. Because you need to blow it all out on a piece of paper first, and then you have a really good idea of where you can start to look, and then you start to gather your items to put into the bag.
Right, but this is so hard, Samantha, because I want to bring everything.
Yeah.
So how do you start to make that list and just narrow things down?
Categories can help. So you want the comforts of home. When you're traveling, you want to feel like you've got everything that you need when you need it. So obviously your documents, personal documents, electronics if you need them, the clothes, first aid maybe if you're going to be doing something that might see you nicking a finger or something like that. But basically you're going to start with what do you want to be wearing on that trip, because clothes are probably the most bulky items and the most difficult to narrow down.
Right, so you brought a couple of examples of how to pack a carry-on. So let's start over here. And so what technique have you used for packing this particular bag?
So inside this carry-on, this is my husband's carry-on, and I had him pack his bags even though we're not going on vacation. And what he's done here is he's compartmentalized what it is he's bringing. So inside you'll see that he's got his shoes in a separate Ziploc bag so that if he's walking somewhere they're going to get dirty. We don't want them to affect the clothes inside. He's done like kind of the Marie Kondo folding technique inside. Everything is kind of like a Filodex. So you can see really quickly just by opening the bag what color am I going to wear, where things are, and goes from largest to smallest items.
Okay, I see he's narrowed it down to just a few shirts and a pair of pants. This of course all depends on where you're going and what you plan to do, right?
Absolutely. And you'll notice that the colors kind of flow together. So one of the things that we recommend for people when they're packing is think about outfits, don't think about single items. So if you're thinking what kind of pants am I going to wear, are those pants going to match all the tops that you're going to have? Is the scarf going to go with every outfit? So really thinking about, can everything kind of go together? Women get a little bit easier because we can just take a one item dress. Men can wear dresses too, but you know that really limits how much we have to pack in terms of extra clothing.
Right, so you have to think of that mix and match concept, and then you can potentially do some sort of laundry or cleaning while you're there, we hope. So
exactly. So if you're staying at an Airbnb and they have laundry services, hotels often have laundry services as well as ironing boards. We don't do the rolling method. We like to do the folding method, but if you are taking something that's going to wrinkle easily, rolling it is a really great way to avoid a lot of extra wrinkles.
Okay, and now this is your carry-on, Samantha, and we know that we're allowed to bring a carry-on. We're also allowed to bring, a backpack or a purse.
One personal item, and if you have a child, you're also allowed to bring on certain items for that child. So each airline's different. It's really important to go onto that luggage section of their website and see what you're allowed. One of the things that I love for my personal item carry-on is the fact that I have like in a little emergency kit that has an extra pair of underpants, socks, eye mask, my headphones, lip gloss, because sometimes you get really trapped in the plane, and a little bit of lotion as well. So that's something that's just really thin and can slide into your bag.
Okay, and speaking of lotion, toiletries, what do you do with those in your carry-on?
So I'm not like every other woman who has a big face regime, but what I do like to have is, my toothpaste, my mouthwash, and I just have the small little carry-on bottles. I reuse those bottles, wash them out after each trip, and then just refill with the larger containers in my home. And then in terms of beauty products, I pick one lip gloss and one eyeshadow, and I know that that's pretty good for me. So if you're the type of person who needs more, just knowing how can you accommodate a little bit less, but still get the things that you want to bring on that trip.
Right, okay, so we're scaling them down to size.
Jewelry is a lot of fun. Yeah, because how do you carry it without getting tangled? And so I use a Velcro system so that things kind of stay in place, and then it rolls, and it's also very padded, so you don't have to worry about things being damaged.
Let's see that again, Samantha.
Yeah.
You just roll it out, so you just use What is this that you've used here? This
So it's just a felt piece of paper
Okay.
that you can get at Lens Mills or any kind of crafting store, and then just little pieces of Velcro keep your necklaces in nice lines, and then you don't have to worry about them tangling or getting into knots when you get there.
Right, and that fits in quite well. It doesn't take up a lot of space. And again, you've used the folding method for your clothes here.
Exactly. I keep it right in the middle. I keep my shoes also in a bag. When we tend to go on vacation, I tend to do a little bit of sports or exercise in the gym, so I have a section for that, and then I have a section that are my regular clothes. So a couple of dresses, nice tops, pants, and a nice pullover sweater.
Nothing like traveling light, and you are the pro at this, Samantha. Thank you so very much for all of these tips.
Thanks for having me.
And that is your quick fix at 5.